I'm back with I'm actually here to do a Virgo reading. If Virgo is your sun, moon, or rising, you may resonate with this. Also, if you have Virgo in any significant placements in your birth chart, this may possibly also resonate with you. Just to remind people as well, it's like, uh, within your birth chart, we have a lot of placements. So even though you may have like your main sign that's like your sun sign, like I'm a Virgo, right? But I also have a lot of fire in my chart. Like I have a lot of Sagittarius in my chart. So sometimes Sagittarius readings will resonate with me a lot as well. So, or like fire sign readings. Sometimes fire sign readings resonate with me a lot. Um, but if you're a Virgo, then this might be for you. So what I'm going to try and do is, like, so far, like, since I started doing readings and doing Twitch stuff and all these different things I do online, like, I haven't really had like a set schedule. So I'm really bad at like maintaining and keeping set schedules because I tend to be really impulsive and like all over the place. um I'm kind of a scatterbrain sometimes. So, like, I either have no focus or I have like focus to like extremely obsessive degrees. So, like, and then I'll do everything to like the upteenth degree, you know? So, I'm sure if you guys are Virgo, you can probably relate. We are nothing if not thorough, are we not? So, you know, uh, over like the past, like, maybe 6 to 9 months, maybe even like the last year. The more I talk to other people who are Virgos, you can talk to Virgos about certain things, and we all just get it, right? We all just get it. So, because like special things about being Virgos, especially if Virgo is like a sun sign, then we tend to be people who have excellent taste. We like everything with excellence, and then in turn, we also tend to do everything with excellence as well. So we're big achievers, not to be an overachiever, but just because we're thorough. We're gonna do it, and we're gonna do it well, and we're gonna do it to the best of our ability. And it doesn't matter if anybody's watching. We're gonna do it great because that's who we are. We are great, and everything we do is gonna be great, and everything we like is great, and that's how it is. So everybody wishes they could be us, right? If you ever watch like other Virgo readings around YouTube, dude, like, oh my goodness, like, it's hard to watch any Virgo read and there's not news about somebody being envious of us, and they always want to be us and destiny swap with us and copycat and all this stuff, right? Everybody wants to be a Virgo. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Should have been one. I don't know. Sorry that your parents didn't have you a month sooner or later or something. I don't know. Sorry. Not everybody can be a Virgo, so we're pretty awesome. We're pretty awesome. So we're pretty awesome. We always think things well. We think well. We're very analytical. Tend to be really organized. Most Virgos tend to be clean, even though I personally am not a neat freak. I'm actually pretty like messy for as far as Virgos go, which is really weird. But I don't know. I just, not that I don't enjoy stuff being organized, because once something is organized, like if there's a system, then dude, I will be a full on nerd and like system that shit to like the most impossible degree, right? Like when I worked in retail, like if I was doing a planogram or straightening aisles, dude, I will clean the shit out of those aisles. But when it's my own area and then I have to like come up with my own planogram for like my house, that part is hard for me. So, but if I have a planogram or a schematic or something I'm supposed to do, then I will rock that shit out to like the upteenth, right? So I'm sure you guys can relate because like Virgos, we all probably do the same thing. So, anyways, now that I have like talked about how awesome Virgos are, and not just me, I'm sure all of you guys, because all of us are great. So I was gonna like come do this Virgo read, right? And I was like, oh, well, we'll take these because I have this butterfly deck. And so my butterfly deck is like, it's a butterfly oracle for life changes. So I thought I was gonna pull first from here to see what kind of things that are blockages and or issues that us as Virgos should be working on. So it looks like there are some relationship dynamics that are going on for us. What else, Spirit? What are other things that we might want to be looking at for me and the rest of my Virgos? So retirement, so not retired. Maybe somebody who was retired is gonna like come out of retirement. So maybe somebody who had thought they were gonna walk away, are in fact not walking away and or coming back. So something that we thought was done is not done. But so whoever left lost the motivation, and or maybe there's a Virgo out here who has thought they were going to retire, but their reason to retire, they've now changed their mind and or no longer have this reason. You had some choices to make, but these decisions you've been faced with were none that you wanted to make. So somebody, all right, so this is for like, so there's a Virgo out here who is being forced to make choices that they never wanted to have to make. Ooh, geesh. My condolences. So seeking and finding. So maybe, oh yeah, so maybe so it feels like, all right, so we have relationship dynamics, right? So this looks like, so somebody has something going on in their life, like there's a particular relationship dynamic where like something that you thought was over, you're like, that's it, we're just, you know, and so like, but for whatever reason, it's coming back up for some reason. So it says realizations and epiphanies. So you might be having a realization, family changes. So like, so there's either changes you don't want to make and or somebody's like not willing to, there is somebody who's not willing to make a change, who needs to make a change. Volunteer, but it's upside down. So right now, maybe you and or the person you're dealing with is feeling forced to, so maybe you're feeling forced that you felt forced that you had to move away because you said what you said and you weren't changing your mind, and so like whatever was going on in this relationship, you were like, you have a relationship out here that you were just, I don't know, it's just not working for you, and or you already left it and this person wants to come back. All right, so now let's look and see. Okay, so this is my Divine Guidance Oracle, and I like this deck because this also has ancestors. Ooh, you matter and just breathe. Okay, so Virgo, just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. That's such good advice for us, right? Because we can, let's be honest, practice gratitude and just breathe. Like a lot of us Virgos, sometimes we get really uptight, and we definitely need to be reminded to just breathe. You're going through a level up right now. So, sometimes, like when you play video games and right before a major level up, you're going to face a big boss. So you're being also told that you need to eat healthier. I've been working on eating healthier myself. So like we're going to level up. So that means we're going through that big boss fight, So whatever this is you're going through in your relationship, it's definitely, and your spirit guides are here with you. Your spirit guides are here with you, and they said that you need to eat better. You need to eat healthier. Stop eating so much processed food. And you need to fix your vision. So I feel like this is them telling you that whatever is going on in this relationship situation, there's something that you're not seeing correctly, and you just need to look at it from a different point of view. Your crown chakra. So I feel like this is also connecting, like your spirit guides are letting you know that your crown chakra is really activated right now. So that means that you should be vibing high because your crown chakra is at the top of all your chakras, right? Yeah. So like, so if you want to get your crown chakra really firing, practice gratitude more often, because the three highest vibrations are love, gratitude, and forgiveness. So sometimes forgiveness can be hard and take a little bit extra long. Their spirit guides are also still here. Wow, I'm just going to pull them and put them out here because they keep wanting to talk, right? So they said you need to take a spiritual bath. So earlier I just did another reading where it said you may want to use the Palo Santos or some sage. So, but something else you can do, if let's say like if you have trouble breathing these kind of things or have allergies to these, Another thing you can do for a spiritual bath is take a bath in some Epsom salt. So there's like that Dr. Teal's and Dr. Bronner's. They make lots of good Epsom salt stuff. You're also being guided that you should switch off, like unplug from the internet, unplug from your gaming, social media. Just take some time. Go have a good soak. It says forgiving others and forgiving yourself. Wow. Or you know what? You may want to watch the Divine Feminine reading I just did, because I literally just did a Divine Feminine reading that was talking about forgiveness. There has been delays. So whatever this is in your life, you're in this cycle of yours should have been closed out, but somebody, either you or somebody in your energy, hasn't been properly doing energetic tithing. So there's either something that's owed to you or something that you need to do. And I think if this was something that you need to do, then you'll know what that is, because you know what you're involved with. Look, so you can't look, because part of energetic tithing, ooh, you need to share your gifts. So like, look, you guys, we can't always just take. There has to be a balance. So if you're taking a lot or receiving a lot from others, then you have to find an outlet to give back. And by give back doesn't always mean that, like, sorry, I'm getting really hot. Like sometimes when I've been like talking to people and giving people messages, it makes me really hot. I'll just start burning up. Holy smokes. All right, so but yeah, so like, if you're receiving a lot, you need to find a way to give back, because you can't always take. That's very unbalanced. There has to be energetic tithing. Or like, if you're always giving, then you need to receive, and you need to step back and allow other people to give to you, because those people, look, I know sometimes some people have a hard time receiving gifts or receiving help from others, but if you're not allowing other people to do their energetic tithing, then other people are going to be unbalanced because you won't allow them to do it. And other people, like, we all need to everybody needs to give and receive, right? So like, if we've been giving a lot, beware of fake friends. If you've been giving a lot to maybe fake friends, you need to allow somebody to give to you so that you can balance your energy. That's what I'm talking about. You need to go take a spiritual bath and balance your energy. So I feel like for some of you has either been taking too much, or some of you have been giving too much. Spirit wants you to smile more. Um, you know, but we if this comes up for, all right, you know what? Spiritual bath is just here, so I'm going to go ahead and take that. So the spiritual guides your spirit guides want you to take a spiritual bath. All right, we're just going to take a spiritual bath. If energetic tithing comes out again, yeah, balance your chakras, balance your energies. Your energies are not balanced. We need to need to straighten it out, fam. Virgo gang, Virgo gang. We gotta balance it out. Yes. Oh, so it's not the right time. So, whatever was going on with this relationship, it's just the timing is just not there. It's not ready. You know, you're here at the starting line and you're like, I want to go already. But for some reason, Spirit is saying that there is something in this that is just not ready. Oh, yeah. And there's still something in there. Besides the fact that it's not ready, there is still something in this situation that you are not seeing. I don't know if it's just that you're not seeing because it's hidden from you, or somebody's trying to like paint an illusion. It may also be like just your perspective and the ways you're looking at things, because like 90% of life is like, at least 90 maybe, or 80% is like, ooh, need to ground your energy and fix your vision. But your vision may be also linked to your, especially if it's your physical vision, then that would be your body. So you also should work on speaking positive affirmations to yourself, okay? We need to, which I bet this is probably huge. I'm going to go ahead and take this because I feel like all of us Virgos can definitely benefit from this, because like I was saying before, you know what? All of us Virgos, sometimes we have a tendency to be a little bit uptight, both with ourselves and everybody, right? Because we're so thorough and we're trying so hard to we like being as precise and correct as possible. So we get so caught up in these details that sometimes we can get a little bit heavy on ourselves. So we like positive affirmations can go a really long way. If you're somebody else who is not a Virgo, but you have a Virgo in your life that you care about, one of the best things you can do for that person is to give them a lot of positive affirmation, because Virgos are very self-critical. Like, even the other people may feel bad when we criticize them, but trust me, for whatever criticism you get, you can be guaranteed that that Virgo has a lot of inner self-criticism that's like 20 times that. So positive affirmations you can say to yourself is that I am proud of myself. I matter. Good things are coming for me. I am letting go of what I cannot control. I am strong. I am capable. I am resilient. I accept myself as I am. I embrace my imperfections. That's probably huge. I'm a big perfectionist, but a lot of Virgos are perfectionists as well, so you guys can probably relate. It says being you is your superpower. Okay? So, don't be afraid. Don't feel like you have to hold back. Don't feel like you can't be you. Definitely be yourself. Be unapologetically you. You know. Um. Yeah. That's why I came. You know what? I have my divine doors in my Rumi Oracle cards, because we're gonna do some positive affirmations to close this out. So if you stick around to the end of this reading, some of you who use your crystals, I don't know a lot about crystals, but crystal magic is here. So, those of you who use that, you might want to use, I know there are certain crystals that are supposed to make people feel better, so that you can balance your energies, those of you who do that, I actually don't know very much about crystals. I know a little bit about amethyst and obsidian. So, yeah, break the pattern. So some of you, I'm feeling led to take this because I feel like, oh yeah, that there's like, so for some of us Virgos, which I would totally believe that, right? So some of us have a pattern and we're being guided to break it so that you can balance your chakras. So we keep seeing these messages about balance. So when I was shuffling, I kept seeing, black magic. So be careful. Somebody else may be doing black magic to siphon energy from your solar plexus. So if you're having a lot of digestive or cramping or pain in your digestive tract, that's somebody doing magic. So just go take that spiritual bath so you can just rinse that off of you. Some of you may resonate with being a chosen one. You have been chosen to break ancestral patterns. There's that break the pattern. So, you're breaking in some of you are in the middle of a karmic cycle because you're breaking an ancestral curse right now, okay? So just hang in there. Hang in there, okay? So, these are things that have been passed down for generations. You're the one who can break free. We're not going to live by the sins of our foremothers or forefathers anymore. That was their mistakes, and we shouldn't have to keep bearing that around. You may have some snakes around you, which we did see that. Beware of fake friends. So you definitely have somebody around you, Virgo, who is not a good friend. And here's crown chakra again. So I'm going to start using a new rule. I think anytime we see like the same card come out like 2 or 3 times, I'm going to start just taking it, because like this balance your energies, keeps coming out here like every other shuffle is coming out. Balance your energies. Yeah. Love yourself, because that'll produce good karma for you. When you love yourself, you're going to generate positive karma. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Share your gifts. And when you share your gifts, you're going to build up even more positive karma for yourself. So yeah, definitely pour into yourself, Virgo, okay? You know what? We're all hard workers. There's a delay, but you know what? Anybody who's causing delays is also going to get their karma. So you know what? There's good karma and bad karma. So like build up your good karma and let people who get their bad karma. Yeah, so it's okay to say no. No is a complete sentence. So people, if you have a fake friend who's out here and they don't want to do their energetic tithing, then just say no, no, no. Be like your third eye is going to tell you, like if you get a feeling that somebody in your life is not being legit with you, follow that feeling. And there's that energetic tithing again. We were talking about that, yes. So look, if you're receiving too much or giving too much, you have to balance it out. So, so like if you're uplifting everybody else, but nobody's coming to uplift you, but how can anybody come and uplift you or help you if you won't allow anybody to do anything? I mean, that's that happens to me as well, you know. So listen, Virgos, okay? Like, we can't say to people nobody helped me, but then also complain and say, oh well, nobody wants to come help me. Well, yeah, because we make it like really impossible for people to come and help us, you know. And then people feel like, oh well, that person's really strong, maybe I shouldn't say anything, or you know, Virgo didn't like it when I did this last time, so I'll just leave Virgo alone because she always knows what she's doing, you know. You know, and sometimes we don't always know what we're doing. Spirit, is there any other messages from this deck before I get positive affirmations? Oh, no. Oh, and, you know, music. You may be receiving messages from your spirit guides through music. So, that's it for that deck. And here, hold on. I'm going to go get these. I'm going to go get some affirmations from the Rumi deck to close this out. I was also going to do a divine doorway, but I feel right now I should just do the Rumi and wrap this up. So it's already at 21 minutes, and people usually click off at 4. So if you've listened this far, I super appreciate you. Thank you for supporting me. Or thanks for being interested, you know. You know, I personally, like, when I listen to other readings, I listen for as long as possible, not just to, like, support them, but you never know when somebody's going to say something, and that's, like, the thing that you need to hear, you know? Not that it's always what you want to hear, but it's, like, what you need to hear, which that's that Hand of Fatima that was out here earlier, and it wants to come out with this one. Wow. You guys, we really got some Hand of Fatima, so if you're somebody who's, like, a worshiper of Fatima, then... well, this was out here the other day, but I feel like I should take it, so I'm going to take it. Any more? If there's no more, I'm going to put these down. All right. Ooh, and at the bottom we have the impossible made possible. Exactly. So this came up in a reading earlier, but the Hand of Fatima is back. And then we have this one, which is Sacred Union. Woo, Sacred Union. Wow, and we were talking about relationship dynamics. And then we have this, which is the Cloak of Christ, which is interesting. That's a really interesting combo to get the Hand of Fatima, the Cloak of Christ, and Sacred Union. I'm going to do Sacred Union last. So I'm going to do the Hand of Fatima first, okay? And this one says, I can never leave you. You are my everything. It says, Fatima, radiant daughter of the great beloved, brings you the gift of protection. Discern who you involve yourself with and love how you use your time and energy. Give yourself permission to be nurtured through your own choices and the people and situations that you say yes and no to in your life. You have drawn the Hand of Fatima. Trust in her. I feel this really speaks to this whole reading, because that's exactly when we were talking about energetic tithing and the yes and no's. Say yes and no to who you want to. So then we have the Cloak of Christ. And this says, in the school of humanity, you reside on the king's throne. Your soul has been ravaged and you are succumbing to weariness. That which plagues you is not as powerful as you fear. Exhaustion is not a sign that something must be done, so much as a sign that something must be received, allowed. Accept divine refuge now. So I feel like this is divine saying, you know, this is the Lord saying that he's going to provide you some divine intervention so that you can have a break and you can get rest, okay? So the Lord is here and he's heard your prayers and he's going to intervene for you. And lastly, we have Sacred Union. And I actually did this, and I know that people who believe in Jesus will probably not like this idea. But for some reason, when I saw Sacred Union, and I was like, if we look at Fatima as the radiant daughter of the great beloved, then if she was like in a sacred union with Christ, I know people aren't going to like that, but that's like the vibe it was giving me. And it says Sacred Union. Which sacred union always talks about divine masculine and divine feminine, right? So, and it says only the oneness of love and the lover is eternal. Surrender your heart into this union, for all else in the world is momentary. It says the divine has been seducing you with love and beauty, and now in your surrendered state, you seduce the divine. You are calling such passionate devotion to your cause, such clever and capable assistance, such graceful intervention. Exactly, I just said that. And the divine cannot resist your true inner beauty. Be bold, claim the love, divine connection and support that you are your sacred birthright. Are your sacred birthright. You hear that, you guys? It says claim the love, divine connection and support that are your sacred birthright. So we have love, divine connection, and support. So like, so whatever this relationship dynamic going on with somebody right now is a divine connection. This is a divine connection. So whoever this is in your life, they're in your life for a reason. If it's hard, that means you're going through a lesson, okay? If you've been in no contact with somebody, then they may come back so that you guys can resolve this, which would resonate with that whole retirement, this 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 row up here. So that's all I have for you right now. If you like this, please like and subscribe so that you can get my other videos. You may want to go check out, I did one earlier which was not a reading. It was just an empowerment video about being don't be afraid to speak your truth, okay? I also did another reading earlier today for divine feminine, so if you resonate as a divine feminine, you may want to go watch that. I appreciate anybody who's actually, if you've watched the whole thing. Most people don't watch. Most people click off after 4 minutes, but this is the message that I feel led to give, so that's the message that I'm giving. And thank you for listening, and have a great night, and have a great rest of your week.